Yeah, it's in some people like it.
Here's a scare. Whoever you are, wherever you are, hope you are blessed and doing safe. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, family. Of course, I'm tuning in. You see me without the glasses off today. But if you're looking for some opportunities, particular advertisement opportunities, then look no further at the link at the bottom to my email address. You can hit me up for advertisement opportunities. We are supporting and promoting your businesses here on this channel. You can also, if you would like to donate and subscribe to our Patreon, a link is at the bottom as well. So you have multiple ways in which you can advertise with the platform by emailing me when we go on do our live stream. You also have access to premium content, those that want to see premium content that you will not find here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, as I am suspended probably by now. You guys can check out the Patreon at link at the bottom. But advertisement opportunities, definitely email me, gavin.grich1@gmail.com for rates and for the Patreon. It is the same as the YouTube channel. It is channel gboot2786. All right? I'll holla. Peace. Hi, I'm attorney Gavin M. Richard. Check out my latest book, The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., The Destruction of Due Process in America. For approximately 2 years now, I have gone on a painstaking quest to investigate the rise and fall of an American icon, Bill Cosby. In the mid-1980s, there was not a star that was higher than Cosby. Advertisements with Coca-Cola, Jello, Kodak, along with the #1 television show for 5 straight years in a row. On Thursday nights, it was must-see TV on NBC. Cosby resurrected the genre of the traditional family sitcom that was once thought dead by television critics. He did this as a Black American with an all-Black cast and showed mainstream network executives in white America that it was possible to be successful without showing the worst in people. He also demonstrated the power that television had, as it can make younger people dream to be the best that they can be. However, like many celebrity stars, unfortunately, they all come crashing down, sometimes by their own fault, others not so much. In this book, I attempted to highlight certain things. We go in depth into both of his trials in 2017 and 2018, respectively. What if I told you that these criminal trials were politically motivated by an overzealous district attorney? Will you also be shocked to learn that attacks on Mr. Cosby did not start in 2014, but also in the 90s, not long after his attempted quest to purchase a major network? From where did all of these allegations of sexual misconduct come from? Were the accusers telling the truth? In the 2 years of research, with some help from others interested in learning the truth and facts about this case, we discussed both the legal reasons why his prosecution and trial were illegal, unwarranted, and also the possible personal motives as to why this may have occurred. Most importantly, we warn about the dangers of prejudice and why trial by social media, or mainstream media rather, should never be the norm. All this and more in The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., The Destruction of Due Process in America. Available on Amazon this fall in Kindle and paperback format.
Girl, come on. Gotta dance to the beat, because on the dance floor is where we'll meet. Show me what you got. Gotta feel the groove.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the...
Right now the party's wasted. There's nothing much to do. But once the groove gets started, tell me, what do you have to lose? Just look into my eyes, girl, as we glide across the room. And what to my surprise now, the beat takes hold of you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really moving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the.
Tell the DJ play the whispers. Rock steady in the. Put on earth, wind, and fire. Tonight we're gonna groove. Show me how you do the four corners. Electric slide or two. Hit the bus stop. I'll do the bunny hop, baby. It's really up to you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really grooving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the.
Now, 2020 hasn't been the best year of all times. We've been dealing with death, the pandemic, racism, bad policing, and all the bad rhymes. But like Uncle Snoop once said, if you're breathing, you're achieving. So if you're ready, I need you all to get on up. Are you ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Get your butt on the dance floor. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. This jam we appreciate. We're gonna slide and step on the beat. On the dance floor is where we'll be.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up
and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the.
Baby, yeah, gotta get on up. Come on, baby, gotta get on up. Baby,
feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up.
All right. Get on the floor. Let's get on up. How we doing, everybody? What's up, Danielle? What's up, Deontay? What's up, Deontay? Aries? We're going to make this big live stream. I have to be out of here by 6:30. So I hope everybody feels safe. Let's go on and start our Kevin Crowd to this defense. Now, a couple of days ago, I believe the defense was called a motion for the verdict. Basically, what that means is that they asked the court based off the evidence to dismiss the charges against the defendant, the Kelly, because they said that there was not enough information to fit. And that typically happens after the prosecutor does the case and it's not to do it. And most of the time, the defendant is not doing it necessarily. There's a good chance for that, especially if that is proposed. Now, what they also is going on is that R. Kelly did get a chance to speak. However, what he spoke to that been stated that he did not testify as to his defense. So if you read this article here by the X, it actually came up the X. R. Kelly says that he did not be testifying in his current trial for various allegations of sex crimes. This past Thursday, the state charged continuously with not being able to stand himself during his trial for federal charges with sex specific charges. He's also facing obstruction of justice charge with allegations of alcohol victims, 2006 child pornography, resulting in his business manager coaching. Now, I think that they're also likely why, and let me go back to this why they filed this motion for the record is that if you do a direct verdict, you also proceed essentially for appeals purposes things that were allowed in the trial that should not By the way, his trial is actually appeal is actually going forward. So if you look at it objectively, with him, the case seems speaking of itself is why he got acquitted on a few of those charges. But shout out to my man Dennis Byron. He brought something to my attention. I was looking on Twitter that he mentioned about R. Kelly's attorney. Now, one of R. Kelly's attorneys, and I've reached out to him before, doing an interview. This is not me going after him because he didn't reach out to me. But Steve Greenberg, who's a lawyer, Dennis Byron said something. I haven't seen the clip. I have put the interview up for the 17 minutes, and I'll see if I can get to it in that time. But he said, quote, while in the Twilight Zone, I thought Steve Greenberg was representing R. Kelly very recently. I just watched the clip of his interview and it makes me, I'm not going to prosecution on this one. So Steve Greenberg called the office, and Greenberg actually said, perhaps you watch your own things, but you don't understand. Doesn't matter. Their own interview, one where they made say those words was an interview 2 years ago. It wasn't like that. This time it was anything around. Wow. It's not the sort of thing we can say that it's going to be a question and intended to be able to articulate it. So I don't know exactly what was said, but as I look at this thing, and you can watch some of it, it's courtesy of CBS Chicago. Y'all look at this. At the bottom of it, it said here, R. Kelly state defense attorney Steve Greenberg was representing Kelly in a state court case made a big admission earlier
in this case. There's the manufacture or production of child pornography, which involves 3 videotapes. There's a 4th videotape, but it doesn't exist. They haven't been able to produce it. They haven't been able to find it. On those, they actually have the videotape to produce. Young lady on the videotape came to court and said, "That's me on the videotape." So those charges against R. Kelly are troubling, and probably he probably won't be able to overcome those. But then there's the other aspects. There's the obstruction of justice.
Oh. All right, how's that, y'all? Can y'all hear me now? Is that better? Is that better? Give me a yes or no. That should be a little bit better. But did y'all see that? Did y'all hear that? What Greenberg just said? Now, he's not representing R. Kelly in this case. Jennifer Baljean and who's the other attorney that's with her? Her co-counsel are representing R. Kelly. But Burnley, I don't know who she is. But go back and listen to what he said carefully.
Young lady on the case has gone as well as the federal government assumed it would go. You know, there's a couple of different components to this case. There's the manufacture or production of child pornography, which involves 3 videotapes. There's a 4th videotape, but it doesn't exist. They haven't been able to produce it. They haven't been able to find it. On those, they actually have the videotape to produce. Young lady on the videotape came to court and said, "That's me on the videotape." So those charges against R. Kelly are troubling, and probably he probably won't be able to overcome those. But then there's the other aspects. There's the obstruction of justice counts. Some of them deal with preventing witnesses from cooperating in the earlier state court prosecution. And
he said he probably wouldn't be able to overcome those. Damn. And you're representing the man. You know, when I had Andrew, and look, I haven't played the whole video, but from what Dennis was saying, the vibes he got was I'm rocking with the prosecution. It was a I'm rocking with the prosecution interview. But what I listened to this, let me just say this, and Steve Greenberg, obviously I looked on his Avo, he's been an attorney longer than I have. But even if he is not representing R. Kelly in that particular case, and you're representing him on some other charges, I would not have said that. I certainly would not have said that. You can mention the aspects, what they're accusing him of and so forth, but to give his opinion, said that's hard for him to he's likely not going to overcome that. That is bad. And look, I'm more than willing to have Steve Greenberg come on the channel. I never close off a channel if I don't agree with someone or I do some constructive criticism. But I don't think that was bad right there.
With those, I think the government's witnesses were not so good. They didn't come forward and say, hey, they paid me to not do this. In fact, they said that, well, we were friends. He was my godfather. He took care of me because he loved me. And then there's some other counts involving some other minors. And again, the witnesses on those counts, I don't think were very convincing, based on the tweets that I read in the newspaper articles. Sort of what the government found out here is that the people that were involved in this case were not their normal white collar witnesses. And anytime I think the feds get involved in what's more akin to street crime or 26 in California stuff, sometimes the witnesses get beat up a bit more than they thought they would.
Defense is now going to come in, and he's got some dogged defense attorneys in the federal case. R. Kelly does. How do you overcome what, by all accounts, is the damning video evidence that some say clearly shows an R. Kelly having sex with clearly underage girls? How do you even begin to overcome that in defense of him?
I don't know, quite frankly, that they can, and I don't know that they're really going to try to do that. I think that it has always been somewhat conceded that the jury was going to see this video, and I don't know that anyone's taking the position that it's not R. Kelly. In the state prosecution, in the 2008 trial, the quality of the video that was used was not as good as the quality of the video that they're using in this case. Back then, it was much harder to tell that it was R. Kelly, and the young lady in the video did not come forward and say, that's me in the video. In fact, she had given statements saying it wasn't her in the video. Now she says she lied back then. It is her in the video. Her mother also came to court and said it's her in the video. So, sometimes you can't get anywhere with a certain count on a case. That might be the case here. And the question is just, what can you do to mitigate the overall damage in the bigger picture?
Oh, I will go back to something that Andrew Wyatt, I had Andrew Wyatt, I had Dennis Byron, who have come on this channel before, and Andrew had been helping R. Kelly out with his case because Bill Cosby had Bill Cosby had the same lawyer, Jennifer Bourget, and obviously R. Kelly was impressed with what she did with Dr. Cosby, and he hired her to represent him. And I believe, I don't know what the payments are with that, but Andrew, I think, had put money up to assist. Yeah, R. Kelly has replaced Bill Cosby as the new black male boogeyman. Yeah, definitely R. Kelly. But I got to say this with Mr. Greenberg. All due respect as an attorney to attorney, to do an interview and I'm a professional and you're talking about your client, even if it is not the case, you're not working on it, they're all tied in some way, shape, or form because of that documentary that they did. This is the result of all of this happening. This is the result of all of this. This, when they do these documentaries like Surviving R. Kelly, we need to talk about Bill Cosby, Leaving Neverland. They had the Russell Simmons documentary. They do these documentaries and it gets people talking, especially, this is what I personally believe. I believe in, I think, now that I think about Andrew's comments about why he thought social media was created, yeah, they got George Foreman now. George Foreman is the actually the new black male boogeyman, Lamiko. Maybe not as much as R. Kelly, but he's the next nigga of the month. It don't matter if you're dead or alive, they're gonna go after you. But let me just get back to this because I got to move on to the next topic before I get out of here. Just a few minutes, all right? I'm gonna leave the link because I'm gonna watch and I might follow up on Tuesday. I am gonna follow up Tuesday on this. The reason why I'm coming on, I didn't advertise as much. I had been busy all day today, guys. Exactly why I would have come on maybe a little bit early and had more time with it, but I didn't get a chance to. But as I'm saying here, they go after, it doesn't matter if you're dead or alive, they look for a black man to be the example of today. I'm surprised if they don't come out. I wouldn't be shocked if they came out and said Muhammad Ali did something in 1964 to a woman. I would not be surprised. Although they tried to go after Ali, they really tried to kill Ali in 68. Now they all love him and so forth and try to whiten him up. Muhammad Ali, ain't nothing was white about Muhammad Ali. Yeah, he loved people. He treated people, all people, didn't matter what their color or their religion was, with respect, but he was all about his blackness. That's one thing. George Foreman, not so much. But that doesn't mean I like what's happening to George Foreman because George Foreman is still a black man. And these allegations, they're allegations. There's no criminal charges against him. But all of this stuff tied in with R. Kelly, because of this documentary, this Surviving R. Kelly documentary that came out in 2019, you have these resurgence of these lawsuits, these criminal charges that have happened. And for Greenberg, Mr. Greenberg, to get on local television in Chicago while his trial is pending and saying stuff like that, you are hurting your client's case. I would have never mentioned that. All due respect, I would have never mentioned that, man. They're likely not going to overcome it. Really? Oh, they're going to come out with some allegations on Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was a serial rapist. We have the great-great-granddaughter of the woman who claimed Frederick Douglass is her great-great-great-grandfather, because the story goes that it was passed on via tradition like roots that they were raped. I'm sorry. I know it's nothing to play with, but that's what it is. That's what it is becoming today. We're going back 40, 50 years on allegations that can and cannot be proven attacking somebody. And I just don't buy it. I'm not with it. Yeah, well, Andrew had said some stuff about Greenberg taking R. Kelly's royalties, signing over his royalties for his music and stuff like that, which is unethical. I don't know if that's true, and I'm not going to substantiate that without any evidence. I'm just telling you what Andrew has said on my show, and talking about how Greenberg has been bad for R. Kelly. But I don't know that for a fact. I'm only, my guests, they make their remarks, they give their commentary, and that's it. That's how we roll. But we're going to keep monitoring this R. Kelly story. And speaking of pedophiles or pedophilia, because I guess this is all tied in. what's going on in Hollyweird. Now, I saw, not that I was trying to look, but I saw these tweets of Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish trending on Twitter. And apparently there was a sketch that was done involving some children from I want to say 2013, 2015, when this sketch was called was created. It was called it was created for Funny or Die, which is a website I believe that's created by Will Ferrell. Although they have tried and distanced themselves from it, but my understanding is that it was actually on the website until 2021. So they made this skit, and apparently it's called Through a Pedophile's Eyes. Now, this lawsuit, it was filed against both Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. The siblings, the brother and sister, are claiming that they were both the girl was 14 and she was 7 when they met Haddish through their mother, who was a friend of the actress. In a lawsuit they filed against Haddish and Spears, Jane Doe alleged that at a summer camp, Haddish told her she would do well in a role that the comedian developed. It wasn't made clear what the skit was about, but it involved Spears. The then teen would allegedly go to film the skit in a recording studio, but when she arrived, she was told to mimic fellatio. A video was reportedly played during the filming that showed a man and woman attempting to eat a sub sandwich from either end. They say physically and emotionally and mentally uncomfortable. Plaintiff Jane Doe mimicked the acts that Haddish and Spears wanted her to do so she could go home, the lawsuit reportedly read. A year later, Haddish allegedly told the family that she had another role for the little boy. Jane Doe claimed in her suit that they were told it was for a Nickelodeon sizzle reel, but they then learned it was a skit called Through a Pedophile's Eyes, showing a woman who repeatedly left her child alone with a man who lusted for him. There were scenes of the child wearing minimal clothing, including being in a bathtub that Spears' character watched on before getting in. There was a part when lotion was involved, and when Spears was looking at the boy, R. Kelly's Bump and Grind would be playing in the background. After news of the lawsuit broke, the skit resurfaced online and took the internet by storm. Viewers took, and you guys can see this. But what they're saying is that, from my understanding, I've heard it's more than even what's the skit. They're even saying that stuff happened outside of the sketch. According to what I'm reading at on TMZ, they're actually claiming molestation. Now, I want to say this. Let me stop sharing that. Y'all know that I am an attorney, and I believe in the presumption of innocence, no matter how bad it looks. A person is innocent until they're proven guilty. It doesn't matter if they're accused of petty theft or if they're accused of terrorism. They are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Nevertheless, what I saw, and I wasn't looking, and I'm not going to play that video. It is a sketch, and I will say this in fairness, because I'm also a comedian myself, so I've been on both sides. There have been sketches that were done. I remember a friend of mine, he has a show actually that I think it's still on in Baton Rouge called Laugh Now, Laugh Later, which was a sketch comedy show we had in Baton Rouge, and I actually acted in one of the sketches I wrote. Nothing dealing with stuff like this. No. I played, but you can find it online. But I did a sketch on. I did a sketch, and we used to do sketches, and on the show they used to do sketches making fun of who's the bishop out in Atlanta. He's dead now, deceased. Eddie Long. Yeah, Eddie Long. If y'all remember, Eddie Long got in trouble, and Eddie Long got in trouble accused of messing with boys. And we had sketches. Excuse me 1 second. I'm doing a show today on Victor's show. I'm gonna put the link up, well, the flyer up so you all can dial in, but I put it on my YouTube channel so you could all see this. But hold on 1 second. Okay. I did a link. I did but yeah, they used to do sketches on Eddie Long when he was being accused of this. And I remember the sketch was basically, I wasn't part of that sketch, but basically an interviewing Eddie Long, denying the allegations, and they have boys walking around, although it wasn't real actual kids involved. This actually had children involved, and what the mother is saying is that they actually lied to her and deceived her with regards to, per what I'm reading from the article about the little boy. Now, Tiffany Haddish and her people, as well as Aries Spears, they have denied the allegations. Her attorney is Andrew Bretler, who said the lawsuit is purely an extortion attempt, telling us plaintiff's mother, Teresa Morris, has been trying to assert these bogus claims against Miss Haddish for several years. They say every attorney who has initially taken on her case, and there were several, ultimately dropped the matter once it became clear that the claims were meritless and Miss Haddish would not be shaken down. Now Miss Morris has her adult daughter representing herself in the lawsuit. The two of them will together face the consequences of pursuing this frivolous action. Now we've seen Aries Spears in the news because he's actually went at Lizzo and got called out for it. I've heard a lot of negative shit about Aries Spears. I don't know him personally, but Aries Spears, I remember when he was on Mad TV. I remember when he was on Def Comedy Jam. He was only a teenager. But he's always said, I remember when he was on Corey Holcomb's 5150 show and got smoked out by Zoe Williams because he was drunk and touching Zoe, calling Darlene a bitch, and they just got tired of him. Corey don't like him. Corey got tired of him because he actually sued Corey over this. That when Zoe Williams started punching on him, and Zoe said, "I'm gonna give you real black eyes." Now I want to put this out. Funny or Die says they had no involvement in creating the video. They said Funny or Die found this video absolutely disgusting and would never produce such content. We are not involved with the conceptualization, development, funding, or production of this video. It was uploaded to the site as user-generated content and was removed immediately in 2018 after becoming aware of its existence. So they said they deleted it, and the video is floating around there. Now, why they probably have not, you got to also understand when it comes to anything dealing with, getting back to what I'm saying, especially about sketch comedy and so forth, things like this do happen where they will make fun of pedophiles. I mean, let's go back, and this is not me excusing them creating this and so forth. As a comedian, I do support free speech. I do support things that can be made, I don't think, things that are funny, certain things that are serious. There have been comedians who've been able to make fun of stuff. They on Mad TV, they used to make, I remember Mad TV, Saturday Night Live. I mean, they did sketches about, making, and Aries Spears was a part of it, making fun of R. Kelly with pedophilia, where he did a song where I'm the world's greatest statutory rapist, making fun of that song he did for Ali. I remember they did a video with, did something with Michael Jackson. They even done stuff with Woody Allen, and Living Color used to do stuff with Woody Allen. But I do remember when they actually had this sketch too on SNL, where Alec Baldwin played a scoutmaster who was making advances to Adam Sandler. And this sketch, this was in 1994. I just find it interesting, and I guess my problem with some of this stuff is how we're able to go, people will go back in time when something was done, we didn't react to it then, but some 20, 30 years later, or 5 years later, whenever, we want to come back and punish people. Now, this is not me defending the development of the sketch. I certainly, me personally, would never have done this. It was cringeworthy when I saw it, but that was Alec Baldwin and Adam Sandler. Now, in fairness, Adam Sandler is a grown man here. He's not a kid. But I was disturbed by what I saw. And I've actually met I've met Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish was cool as hell. Tiffany Haddish was very nice with me. I took a picture with her. I might have to take that picture down. I don't know. Tiffany Haddish took a picture with me. I think I showed you all that after I did a comedy show out here on my birthday. So she said happy birthday and so forth. Yeah, and she was hella cool. I can't condone, what I saw. I didn't see the video she did with the girl. I only saw that 1 minute clip where Aries had his eyes big. In my understanding, they had that's the pic there. Shit. Let me stop before let me take this shit down, because then they're gonna have me trending with her for the wrong reasons. Let me stop there. I don't want them digging in my shit. They'll yeah, I mean, they're just brutal. They'll go after you from something 10, 15 years ago, man. It don't matter. The video was cringy. Unsung ones telling me disavow with prejudice. Yeah. Well, it's football season, so let me get my Saints football stuff back. But what's up, Dad? Well, shit, they ain't got nothing on me for putting a picture up. That was before that thing here, so I'm not worried about. But let me just do this. I'm gonna put this picture up. This is better. With my audience. How's that? I mean, I've seen a sketch with Aries Spears had a dude kissing him. I mean, people do strange. They do strange for a piece of change. That's the old saying. How's that? That better? Yeah, they're gonna look at my shit. Well, sir, we heard that you didn't wipe your ass when you were 10 years old at this school and you touched a little girl. Is that true afterwards? I wonder what Corey gonna say about it Tuesday night. He can't defend Tiffany and talk bad about Aries on this shit. That's gonna be interesting. I guess that's Danielle who loved my page. No, it was Akira. Okay. But y'all see how packed it was at that oh, no. That's the old one. Fuck, I'm gonna get my shit gonna get taken down. You were with that fucking pedophile Tiffany Haddish. You motherfucker, you no. Now I feel like John Legend with Weinstein. Just No, I want to reiterate though. I need to reiterate. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. So I don't know all of the facts of this. I only know what's reported in the news. Yeah, I do know Tiffany was on Corey One Holcomb's 5150 show recently. We ought to wait and see what happens. But as I pointed out to you, yeah, there are sketches that have done that, that talk about this stuff. So it's not new, but I guess the fact that they use real children, was what I think is the big tipping point with this. That sign of the times cap. Oh, this Prince hat, man, they were selling this. They were selling this at Essence Fest in 2016. That's where I got it. Because Prince, had died that year, and Essence was dedicated to Prince. So that's where I got this from. Yeah, that's what Lunell did when Bill Cosby got convicted. Lunell took a picture with Bill, and then when they were asking her after his conviction, "You were friends with Bill?" And she's like, "Now let me straighten y'all out." This Lunell talk. "I don't know Bill. I ain't friends with Bill. Bill just took a picture with me. That's all." That's Lunell. Nasty ass. Well, I saw Corey talking about Earthquake, and what Earthquake did, that was funny. But I mean, you got to be careful when you do these sketches. When you comedy nowadays is very hard to do because everyone is sensitive about stuff. But I would not have done this. I certainly was disturbed by it when I saw it, but I do want to reiterate: everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Uh, there are no criminal charges against them. And let me say this: when it comes to anything in with child pornography and so forth, please, if you get that, do not share it. Uh, don't share it. Don't touch it, because then that's another crime against you. However, remember, it's based off the statute and how it's written. So probably the way they got around with doing this and why no charges are. I saw Harvey and Nicole talking about it, and shout out to them. It's likely because this was done on a sketch series. This was not an actual video for themselves. This was done as a sketch, just like a movie. And there have been movies about pedophiles before. The movie Memory was about that. Was actually about that. It was Liam Neeson. You ought to watch that movie. It was a good movie. But that girl who played the victim probably was an adult. But yeah, it was nasty. But I got to get out of here. We're going to monitor this. I'll probably talk about it a little bit more, but Harvey thanked his karma for all the stuff they said about Bill Cosby. Because I know Aries has gone at Bill Cosby. I think Tiffany has said some stuff about him. Maybe not as hard as Aries. I know Aries does the skits, but I mean, Aries even talked about how he could get. If you go back and watch that 5150 show, talk about why he hasn't made it and stuff he could do. He really talks about fucking selling out. Corey actually there was somebody who tweeted something of him, a sketch of him kissing a dude. I actually saw it. Now, I can't do that. I can't do that. But I'm just waiting until all the facts come out. But yeah, it's a video. It was disturbing to see. Did the mother is actually asking for from my understanding, wanted to settle this for $15,000. That does lead me to question stuff. And if she did have prior attorneys, why did they turn down the case? Maybe there might have been something they didn't like. And what are the legalities of the video? I don't know. If this was contractually done, if she had agreed to it, she's denying it. But There's not enough money. If this were my kids, $15,000 first off would be an insult. And there's not enough money in the world. If someone actually did something to my children, I knew for a fact that they did for sure, rape them or molested them, they wouldn't be in jail. I would. Let's put it that way. And this is coming from a lawyer, but I don't know all of this. I don't know all of the facts of this case. So let's just wait and see. We don't want lynch mobs, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we can be angry, be upset, and demand a thorough investigation of what's going on. But let's leave it, let the law enforcement handle it. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here because I gotta go live right now on Victor's show. Actually, they're waiting on me. So I'm about to call in. You all can call in. If you go to my YouTube page, GBoo2786, guys, we actually have our show, the flyer for the show here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. My post. Well, I'll just give y'all the number to call in. Why it's not coming up? Hold on. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find this damn thing. Okay, well, here's the number to call in. I'm going live. I'm gonna actually put it on. Okay, I'm putting it on the Facebook page right now. Okay, we're talking about my book with Brother Victor, and shout out to Bishop. They're waiting on me, so I'm about to roll. But I'm gonna share it with y'all right now. If you go to Facebook, I have the link to the number, my Facebook page. I'll put it up right here. We're talking about the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., the destruction of due process in the United States. That's the phone line. Call in, guys. 563-999-3705. I am the law, Judge Dredd. Ugh. Maybe you smell like a jungle rat, unsunken one. Ugh. By the way, buy a copy of the Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby on Kindle. Nothing's over. Nothing except his marriage. All right. No, it's not a YouTube channel. You want the physical copy? It's easy to get the digital, but I've been working on it. Amazon's been giving me a little hell for some reason when I do the submission process, trying to get it physical version. But it's even easier if you have Kindle Jade to just get it there. But I will release a physical copy of it soon. So I've been planning on it. I know I keep saying it, but like a lot of things, it's just been a very hectic work schedule that has kept me. So let me get out of here, guys. Please donate to the Cash App. Y'all call in right now. I'm about to get out of here, so let me go, okay? I'm not even gonna gotta get on up. I'll holla. Peace, guys. Let me get out of here. Y'all donate to the Cash App, PayPal, Zelle. As you know, this channel is not monetized. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to our Facebook page at Commonwealth Cause. Go to our Creole Seasoning Blends, NortisCreoleBlends.com. You can also support our channels if you want other content. Going to the Patreon, same as the YouTube channel, GBoo2786. And if you like to advertise, hit us up with an email. But yeah, please donate, ladies and gentlemen. I love y'all. Be safe and be blessed. I am the Lord.